Good morning. I'm running late. Just give me a moment. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Nice of you to be here. Today is again a great day for our markets. Looks like something is gonna break, or maybe not, but let's find that out. Good. I'm back. I hope you can see my screen. 5 minutes late. Sorry about that. Great. Do we see what we have here now? It was a gap up start, but seems like it's not holding. So let's see how this works out. The markets were positive yesterday, the US markets. The reason they were positive was because there was good economic data. Our problem of the Strait of Hormuz is not yet solved. So, however good the data, we really don't see an end to this. And yesterday, US sunk one of Iran's ship in the Indian Ocean. So now the talk is that is it at our doorsteps? The war is at our doorsteps. That doesn't mean we have to be involved. Like it's not a good sentiment in all its smartness. Okay, so anyways, yesterday I had told you what are the levels to watch. Let's go to Nifty 50. And these levels are here. 24,600 was our first resistance come support. So while we did open above it, let's see if we can hold it. The bigger question is that. Cool. Keep typing your questions as you feel fit. Some questions we covered were about resistance and support yesterday. 25,800 is the resistance, new resistance, which where we'll face immediate issues. If we go to 25,800, then 24,600 becomes our support. So that would be that. Sensex is up 400 points. Bank Nifty is up 234 as of now. And Nifty is up 120. So first candle is not so much of a, what do you say? It's not gonna tell us anything about the state of the market. So I'll keep it quiet, go on mute, speak to you at 9:30 again. In the meantime, if you have questions, just type them, please. Oil still remains the threat for us. So while Trump is saying कि he'll pay for the insurance and he'll protect us, लेकिन कोई naval fleet commercial shipment route को protect करेगी is not a smart thing. So that might not work. Good. If it breaks yesterday's high, so then the possibility of it to come down is also high. So I hope that's taken into consideration. चाय पिया कि नहीं आप लोगों ने सुबह सुबह? अपना घर से चाय लाओ और चाय पियो. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining. We are seeing the red candles unfold. We are now at the second candle. So, देखते हैं if it's able to hold the lines or not, because the core problem is the Strait of Hormuz, the oil supply issue for India. वो solve नहीं होगा जब तक we will not see a bounce, whatever Trump says. If you're following US markets, you would have seen कि कल US market was up. Japanese market today was up, but that is all because of tech performance, AI related tech performance. So उसमें हमारा कोई हाथ नहीं है. We don't get to say anything. So yeah, let's analyze one candle at a time. As we see, there is weakness. It has opened up, gapped up, but there is weakness. Otherwise, keep enjoying your chai and keep looking at the screens. If you have any questions, please put them forth here. We did cover some part of whatever is going to happen today morning in our yesterday's session, the 8 p.m. session of our daily analysis. Uh, I hope you guys have watched that. If you have not, maybe just browse through the highlights of that session. It's a short one, but it will give you an insight into what to expect today, the support levels, the resistance levels, etc., etc. So that will be great. Today, I'm also going to talk about vibe coding. So, any one of you techies, who are interested, who want to know more about vibe coding and how it is affecting, or how it may affect your careers, or how it might not affect your careers, do tune in. That will be a video by itself. But I will try to do a live stream as well and then see कि उसका video बना पाएंगे कि नहीं. ये पिछले हफ्ते से this market has been so busy कि हम कुछ और कर ही नहीं पा रहे, कुछ सोच ही नहीं पा रहे. USA ने हमारा माइंड स्पेस पूरा कंट्रोल कर लिया. Otherwise, it's a toasty morning here in Pune again. गरम होने लग गया है because of whatever the heat is approaching. I hope this year is not really hot. लास्ट ईयर वॉज हॉरेबल, लेकिन बारिश भी बहुत हुई थी. देखते हैं इस साल क्या होता है. Anyways, I have received a few questions. I'm waiting for a few more ताकि I can answer them all together. As of now, I have 3 questions with me, please. We do see some initial weakness. It could be selling at a higher level that we discussed yesterday कि everybody will try and sell it जैसे ही ऊपर जाएगा. So the bearish theme has not yet changed. So थोड़ा सा you have to be careful before you start investing. Don't get into investing your money right away. होने दो इसको थोड़ा और cheap. $24,500 is also an important level. Yesterday, bullishness of the market would have been considered. अगर वो 24,500 के ऊपर जाता तो थोड़ा सा लगता है कि स्ट्रेंथ थी, but that last candle blew it all away. चला तो क्या तो almost 24,600 तक. So now I think yes, we are fighting for 24,500, but the area to watch out is 24,400 for today. Things have not really changed, so let's be careful about this. I'm also running late. आज बहुत भाग दौड़ होगी सुबह सुबह, but we are here. So Pranay is asking me some question. Pranay is saying कि is today a good, like it mildly loosely translated into this question? The question is today a good day for the tech rebound? Before I answer this question, let me just check a few things and then I'll come back and answer this. We see sharp reversal, which is also a good sign. Closing above yesterday's high, the highest close or open, will give us a bit of a not a confirmation but a confidence कि कुछ हो सकता है. But yeah, don't take it as a sign कि बस market bullish हो गया. Let's be very clear. I'm not gonna give you any tip. कितना भी pressure कर लो आप. So IT stocks is what we were discussing, right? So for all IT stocks, whatever the prices were yesterday, जो भी movement था, there was a lack of conviction anyways. It was simply because of the rupee movement. So don't take that as a sign कि वहाँ पर you are going to see. They do lack some positive conviction because उसका demand set खराब है. The problem is not that the rupee is going to be weak. The problem is कि IT stock का fundamental में issue है because of the AI. So be very careful about that as well. Thanks. Hopefully today's market is not sideways to bullish. Possibility है, but let's not say कि reality होने वाली है. We can check the news. Let's see what the real news is. Basically, as you can see, there is no news that says कि कुछ भी होने वाला है। एक एक अच्छी बात हुई थी ज़रूर कि Trump has been asked to give us the money back, all the tariff money. तो शायद लोगों को कुछ पैसा मिलेगा, पता नहीं कब मिलेगा, जब भी मिलेगा. But the bad news was कि US Senate did not stop Trump. They did not curtail his power. So it can become a problem. Obviously, वो उसकी वजह से he will not stop the war. And that's the problem. ठीक है. I'll join you back. I'm gonna go on mute. If you have any questions, let me know. I answered about the IT stock. I said कि fundamentally weak हैं, तो be careful with your investments. Okay. Don't just focus on the US dollar rupee arbitrage. Give me a moment. I'll be back. I'll just get some more chai. I hope that answer was that question was answered. Don't imagine bullishness because हमको हर बार बोलते हैं कि नीचे है तो खरीद लो, buy at the dips etc. हमारा बेसिक प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व नहीं हुआ है. होपफुली वो सॉल्व हो जाएगा तो वी विल बी बुलिश बैक इन. सो स्टैटिस्टिकली अगर आज का सेशन इट क्लोजेस for bank nifty, if it closes 500 points up, so then we can say कि हाँ चलो ठीक है, there is bullishness. 500 points is यहाँ से 59,500 कि even though इतना drawdown था but we still were able to get 59,500. So that translates to bullishness in bank nifty. Similarly for nifty 50 and sensex. Otherwise not. We're racing towards 25,700. Sensex is racing towards 80,000. It's my favorite number. Just about 400 away after a 400 points up. So let's see. I'm not very hopeful. Let's check the FII DI data as well. Whew. DI has bought 24,000 worth of stocks today, and the sell value was 13,000. And ekdam opposite was FII's buying and DI's and FII's selling. So you can see this on the chart also. Many times it's quite visible कि थोड़ा सा guesswork हो सकता है. So this was yesterday's क्या बोलते हैं हम timetable. Sorry, this was yesterday's whole day chart. तो ये देख सकते हो. Let's see. ये जो movement है, this is someone selling. और ये जो part है, this is where somebody was buying. So DIs. See how it works. So again, because the underlying condition is not so great, ये triggered by us only. हम लोग ही हैं जो buy the dip करते हैं. I hope आज भी ना करें फिर से. Because see what we are doing effectively is we are giving the FIIs the exit. It's very important. I don't know. It's been ingrained into our brains कि आपको खरीदना ही खरीदना है for every dip and every, you know. We should buy when it's fundamentally good. Even when you're doing SIPs maybe in this market. Don't chase quick profits. ठीक है, I'm gonna go quiet for some time. It's almost 10 and I think the weakness sort of continues. The market is sideways. It's getting clearer now. At this point it feels that it is sideways. So जो भी premium जहाँ भी collect हुआ होगा वो, you know, decay one way or the other for all the P's that might have lost a lot of premium, okay, and for all the C's that might have gained all that premium. Actually C's would have gained less premium, P's would have lost more premium. So check it out at every level. That's what it is, because they are getting stripped of all the premium जैसे ही market ऊपर जाता है. So don't invest. The volatility is also at 19. It's down 10%, but we are not yet out of the woods. So I'll be quiet for next 14 minutes. So I'm back. There are 3 questions more. Let's answer one question each. Okay. So the question is on tariff hikes and oil prices. So देखो 2-3 चीज़ें हुई हैं within last day. That tariff hike has been rolled back, but Trump then added some additional tariffs. लेकिन yesterday evening, the court there said कि आपको ये पूरा refund करना पड़ेगा. So they were asking, you have to refund this whole amount. And that's a problem for the Trump administration. But on the tariff front, nothing has changed because tariff हमारे हाथ में है नहीं. We've signed a deal with them, but that deal is contingent on us not buying oil from Russia. In this situation where the Strait of Hormuz is blocked and almost all of Middle Eastern oil is not coming, the Gulf oil. So all of these are in a problem. Okay, everybody is reaching out to Russia. Europe is facing a big gas problem. उनका तो winter भी चल रहा है. The gas prices have spiked 40%. US के पास तो खुद के reserves हैं, so they don't get really affected by this. So tariff will be a problem, but not in the short term because current situation से कुछ change होने नहीं वाला. This whole market running up to such a big number because of the tariff has now been nullified, obviously because of the war. So mother of all deals को किसी ने MBA कर दिया, right? Trump ने किया खुद, तो वो तो is out of the question. So we are back to where we were. और दूसरा is the price of oil. The price of oil corrected yesterday because US की economy में थोड़ी सी stability दिखी. The demand is seen tempering. So the price went down. In fact, it did not go up. So it was at $76 per barrel. But 85 is the area to watch. अगर ये continually 85 के ऊपर रहेगा, it will become a problem for us. हमारा rate cuts, etc., are going to be a problem. So tariff and oil together have a lot of significance. But as of now, the price of oil has higher significance. उसका ज़्यादा problem है हमारे लिए. And that's why you see कि वो जो bullishness from the US market is not translating the sentiment positivity. In fact, वो है भी नहीं कोई sentiment positivity, to be honest. Trump बोल रहा है वहाँ पे वो troops भेज देगा ईरान में. Iran has not run out of missiles. In fact, NATO countries have run out of interceptor missiles. हमको न्यूज़ में दिखता नहीं है, and ऐसा नहीं कि मेरा भी कोई सोर्स है ग्राउंड में, but there are other channels which talk about this. And missile production has been a problem for the US, even for Ukraine. तो अब आप सोचो कि वो जो एक शाहीन ड्रोन है, that suicide drone, उसको to intercept it, they need about 2 to 3 interceptor missiles. तो interceptor missiles खत्म हो गए एक बार, तो वो शायद ड्रोन तो फ्री है. So ये ट्रम्प का जो claim है that we are ruling the skies might just fall flat if Iran stays in this war for another 1 week. And if 1 week तक Strait of Hormuz is closed, then the market will not react positively. It will go further. 24,000 बहुत simple है break करना फिर. So let's see where we are at now. If we check that, where is Nifty 50? There we go. See, we are not holding the high ground. We are coming back. So it's a problem on the positivity of the market. Okay. And this one more question was कि given the current negative sentiment and the short-term spike in positivity, do you think it's a good idea to buy options? So I think if you want to go ahead and buy options, you just make sure कि बहुत ही tight reward ratio रखो. Tight as in buy amount of hedge as well. जितना point दे रहे हो उतना point लो. जो spread है वो बहुत छोटा रखो. Like keep a minimal spread. Keep a tight position. Don't try and earn 100%. Try and earn maybe 10%. तो उतना ही spread रखो and keep your risk defined as well. That will mean that if the market goes down, then you benefit for 10 to 20%. लेकिन अगर if it goes up, you don't really just end up losing all your money. We are on March 5th, so you have enough time through the month कि आपके जो options हैं, you know, they will not go to zero. Time value तो रहेगा उनके ऊपर, but the matter of the fact कि वो सारा का सारा जो premium है, that will be stripped away. So be careful with those calculations. Good. I have 2 questions more, but we will take them later in the time. So I answered a question from Mr. Jain. Yeah, I think Mr. Jain. Yeah. Okay, good. So we just went past the 10-15 candle, and again we've seen some weakness on that candle. It's not able to hold the price. It's coming down. So we let me take one question again. The question is about what is it? Sorry, थोड़ा सा complicated था question. The question is about will the jobless claim report, upcoming jobless claim report. Mr. Arjun Patel is asking me this. So he's linking, वो कह रहे हैं कि economic data, strong economic data and the geopolitical volatility will impact upcoming jobless claims report. Have an overall market sense. So I think Mr. Arjun, I don't know, Mr. Arjun, if you're referring to US market, because हमारा तो है ही strong economic data, but हमारी jobless claim has never actually bothered the market. इतना कभी इंडिया का problem रहा नहीं है. So I don't think joblessness will have an impact on Indian market, the report. It's pretty constant actually. But there has been cases where we've seen that the hiring in IT or in the junior roles is actually slowed down considerably. So ये तो हम देख ही पा रहे हैं because of AI and the impacts of AI. But that has not yet translated into a negative sentiment as of now. Let's say as of now is the key here. US का joblessness, again US market से हम लोग थोड़ा सा decouple हो चुके हैं. Our only exposure to the US markets is those FIIs selling heavily. But today also I think FIIs will sell heavily, and the reason is because they see कि वो US market भाग रहा है, so why should they keep the money here, in this market which is impacted greatly. So that's my view, obviously. And yes, your second question, Arjun Patel, was ki, can I recommend some stocks? So no, I'm not going to recommend any stocks. It's not happening because I am not good enough. सेबी रजिस्टर्ड भी नहीं हूँ, तो मैं नहीं करूँगा कुछ recommendation. Treat me as a sounding board. Don't treat me as a stock recommendation engine. मैं सिर्फ आपको बताऊंगा why is this moving. If you have an idea, I'll tell you कि ये सही है, ये गलत है, ये मेरा व्यू है. But that doesn't mean कि मैं इसके बारे में I'm saying कि ये खरीद लो या मत खरीदो. This is the principle of coming here. My team is giving me a hard time. They're telling me कि you're crude. भैया आई एम नॉट सेबी रजिस्टर्ड. ये लोग तो बैठ जाएंगे, मुझे जेल जाना पड़ेगा. इनका कोई भरोसा नहीं है. ठीक है, I'll check back in 10 minutes. I have a clock. See this? Nice. इंटरेस्टिंग प्रोडक्ट है ये. 10 मिनट का टाइमर लगा दिया मैंने. सो आई विल स्पीक लेस. सुनो, ये मेरी घड़ी. Great. We're seeing smaller weaknesses, bouts of weaknesses. अपने ओपन को तो होल्ड नहीं कर पाया अभी तक ये मोस्टली. आई मीन देर इज जस्ट बीन वन क्लोजर अबव द ओपन. तो थोड़ा सा तो यू सी द वीकनेस. Yes, I अर्जुन का क्वेश्चन था कि whether whether we should be buying the P's and C's or not, and I think I had answered that. There are two more questions now I have, from one from Neha and एक देसाई साहब से. So Desai Saab, what are you saying? Again, Desai Saab is asking कि भाई, is today the day for a tech-led rally? And no, so I as I explained earlier, tech-based rally. आज you can go back also. Let me just say tech rally is your question. तो टेक रैली का सीन ये है कि यू एंड आई एम एक्चुअली प्रिंटिंग टाइम स्टैम्प्स एज वेल हियर. तो जिसको जैसे देखना ना, यू कैन एक्चुअली गो बैक एंड सी जैसे मैंने क्वेश्चन लिखा है. आई एम गोना आंसर इट दैट वे. सो टेक रैली इज नॉट हैपनिंग. आई डोंट नो वेदर इज कंड्यूसिव और नॉट. टेक रैली कोई इसके पीछे रीजन नहीं है बिसाइड द फैक्ट कि rupee has fallen, right? So the fundamental stuff has not changed. So in situations where fundamental stuff has not changed, fundamental backing or proposition has not changed, तो फिर it will not be a rally. Yeah. So tech stocks will rise. I don't think so. मुझे नहीं लगता. I can actually check also कि क्या सीन चल रहा है. मैंने देखा नहीं है, but I don't see the reason that they should rise. Yeah, as I expected, tech stocks are down almost 1% each. So no, tech rally is not happening today. It should not happen also because fundamental change नहीं है. जो US का जो the thing that has happened in US which is the Broadcom's result, and because of which the fundamentals of AI were were revisited by everybody, does not apply to us ना. हम तो कहाँ हैं AI की रेस में. हम तो कंज्यूमर हैं AI के, सब्सक्राइबर्स हैं हम AI के. हम AI के क्रिएटर्स हैं नहीं. तो ये हमारी वीकनेस रही है ड्यूरिंग दिस AI साइकिल थ्रू आउट. The only company that was invested in AI from India was Infosys way back when Vishal Sikka had given them 100 million to research. और वो हमने लिक्विडेट करके निकल गए वहाँ से. तो वी हैव नॉट बीन फॉरवर्ड थिंकिंग ऑन AI. तो जब तक AI का थ्रेट रहेगा, टेक रैली का वापस आना थोड़ा मुश्किल है. I'm covering a session on vibe coding today, by the way. Vibe coding is another area where things can get really hairy. So yes, I'm a sounding board. Great. Desai Saab, I hope I answered your question. Don't put your money in tech thinking कि आज tech rally होगी. बचा लो पैसा. थोड़ा सा प्रॉफिट कम ले लो. Again, as we see how this session is ending the 15-minute, and we see कि ये weakness दिख रही है यहाँ पर. There is already some weakness in the market. Fundamentally, we have not changed. So yes, NFIs will again sell क्योंकि US market has been hugely positive yesterday night. तो यहाँ से पैसा निकालने की कोशिश करेंगे ज़रूर. It makes sense for them. ये मेरी prediction है, पर I don't want you to put your money because of my prediction. This is my sense of my market. तो and like I said earlier, अगर आप लोगों को, if you feel very strongly about markets movement downside or upside, drawdown or gap up, then and if you're thinking of buying options, buy a tight spread and make sure that you are hedged properly. तो 10-20% से ऊपर के लिए एम मत करो. 10% बहुत ज़्यादा होता है on a daily market. But that also ज़्यादा और naked positions नहीं. Please, I request you, options is not for making money, it's an hedge. हम लोगों को गलत आदत पड़ गई है. There have been host of flight cancellations all throughout. So वहाँ का कोई सेटल नहीं हुआ है यूएस. मतलब थ्रेट हैज़ नॉट गॉन डाउन. वॉर इज ऑन. हम जो भी न्यूज़ में पढ़ रहे हैं उसमें यही बता रहे हैं कि कैसे यूएस सब तरफ से मार रहा है ईरान की, इजराइल और यूएस मिलके. ऐसी न्यूज़ बहुत ही डेंजरस होती है इन माई ओपिनियन, विच इज़ वन साइडेड. यू नेवर नो व्हाट इज हैपनिंग फ्रॉम द सेकंड साइड. कहीं ईरान वाले कुछ कर रहे हैं और एकदम से झटका लगेगा, पता लगेगा कि भाई कुछ हो गया यूएस के ऊपर, एंड देन फिर से मार्केट बुरी तरह से रिएक्ट करेगा. तो ये बहुत ही डेंजरस सिचुएशन है एज ऑफ नाउ, इवन फ्रॉम एन इंफॉर्मेशन पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. Yesterday I was watching Arnab's show और उसमें समझ आ रहा था कि they were saying कि the war is now in the Indian Ocean and somebody was talking कि इंडिया के भी ships को डुबा सकता है. भाई क्यों डुबा देगा, ये थोड़ी है वो लोग. Why will they invoke a partner? So these are things that are not going to happen. But the factor is कि US की वजह से we are getting into a lot of trouble because of our oil issues. So let's hope that does not persist. I have two more questions. Let me take one of those before I switch off for the next 15-minute window. Yeah. So again, Miss Neha is saying, Ms. Neha is saying कि oil is jumping 3.7% to 77 and failed Senate vote to restrict Trump. Will it heighten Middle East volatility? Obviously, उसको ऐसे unfettered power दे दिया तो वो तो भाई करेगा ही. He's not stopping. वो बढ़ाएगा ही जब तक ईरान से उसको रिजल्ट ना मिले. तो ठीक है, anyways, I will answer this question in detail as I get to the next stoppage. So 10:45 I'll get back in, check back in with you guys, and then we will I have one more question about the US economy. तब तक के लिए अलविदा हसन. टिकटॉक टिकटॉक टिकटॉक. Great questions, team. Nice. आप थोड़े और questions डालते रहो. We'll discuss again at 10:45. Next candle. So I'm collecting your questions. I have two more. Lovely. Thanks a lot for participating. And good morning to all of you again. Nice. So it's 10:41. Oh, sorry. पहले ही बज गया alarm. 5 more minutes, please. 5 more minutes before we finish this. पहले बज गया मेरा alarm. My bad. But anyways, we are seeing just because I'm in now. तो देख लो भाई, एक बड़ी कैंडल आ गई है. This could be the candle that turns the day, लेकिन ज़रूरी नहीं है. We can also lose it back from here. तो ये this is buying happening. On one side is buying, one side is selling. Things are working out. But I'm gonna be on mute again. I'll again talk to you at 10:45. Hello. Good. So, just in case if you guys have not noticed, this was one of the strongest candle for the day. It has engulfed every other candle for the whole day, and it is a big positive. So yeah, matlab it started at the lower than low, and then it went up to the highest closure of the day. So does this mean कि the bullish trend has started from here? Um, it's a good indicator, I will say. ज़रूरी नहीं कि start हो गया, but it's a good indicator. I mean, it's an engulfing candle. आपने हमेशा देखा ही है. I think it will pick it up from यहाँ से. Somebody has done some great amount of buying for them to have turned the candle. Actually, हम सोच रहे थे कि ये नीचे जाएगी, but it has gone up. So yeah, it could be a turn of bullish, but it is yet to break the day's high on both sides. The close was very close to day's high, and that's what it is. But its sign is mostly bullish. I cannot deny that. इस बात को मैं झुटला नहीं सकता कि sign is bullish. तो इसका मतलब ये तो ज़रूर है कि it's trying to break up. It's trying to क्या बोलते हैं, break down means, sorry, it's going to draw down is draw down, break down मतलब it's going up. It's quite a confusing term. Anyways, I think it's trying to break out. Yes, breakout is the term. एक breakout है, एक breakdown है. Breakout का मतलब होता है breakout on a upward scale, and breakdown का मतलब है breakdown on a downward scale. So yeah, very nice. Looking very positive as of now. But like I said earlier, fundamental condition change नहीं हुई है, और फंडामेंटल कंडीशन के चेंज नहीं होने की वजह से ये सारी की सारी पॉजिटिविटी कैन बी जस्ट अ ट्रैप, एंड यू डोंट हैव टू फील ट्रैप्ड अनलेस कुछ न्यूज़ में चेंज हुआ है. लेट्स चेक द न्यूज़. कोई न्यूज़ में कुछ क्या बोल रहा है. हो गया कुछ बड़ा सा. कभी कभी नहीं, नथिंग हैज हैपेंड. देखो, तेहरान नहीं करेगा इस पर क्या बोलते हैं हम, जल्दी से बैक डाउन. So it's a problem. Agar Tehran is not going to back down from their position, then the war will go on. Somebody will have to secure the Strait of Hormuz. And that's where things can become pretty interesting. Okay, I have a few questions. जैसे मैंने बोला था last time में, मेरे question कहाँ गए? Let me check my inbox. Okay, good. Last question I think I answered was Neha's question. Neha Desai. Thank you for your question, Neha. I think मैं इसको आंसर नहीं करा था ना, but the question was कि हाँ, so what I was saying is कि ट्रम्प को एक अनफेटर्ड पावर मिल गया है अभी. सो वो एक नाउ इट फील्स लाइक कि वो इसको कैसे यूज़ करेगा. इट्स नॉट समथिंग इन आवर हैंड्स. वी डोंट नो कि वो इसको यूज़ कैसे करेगा. मोस्ट लाइकली वो इसको ऐसे नहीं यूज़ करेगा जैसे हम सोच रहे. लाइक ही विल फर्दर हिज एजेंडा, एंड बाय फर्दरिंग हिज एजेंडा आई मीन कि वो ही विल कंटिन्यू दिस वॉर. As of now, the only pressure that he has is the pressure on because of his own economy. वो बाकी दुनिया में किसी को लिए कोई लेना देना नहीं है उसका. उसकी एक बात ये ज़रूर सही है कि वो यूएस के लिए ही पहले सोचता है. ही डजंट केयर अबाउट एनीबडी एल्सेस फीलिंग्स. उनका प्रॉब्लम, वो उसका प्रॉब्लम ही नहीं है. तो so if because he has been given both permissions, तो he will not care about it. वो जाके अपना काम करेगा ही, which means that he will prolong the war, which means कि the oil can stay out of our taps. और जब वो मिलेगा भी, which can happen, I don't know, मतलब the war can be prolonged. And US has to clearly tell everybody कि वो उसके objectives क्या हैं for this war, which they are not doing. And that is a problem. अगर वो clearly बोल दें कि भाई हमको ये चाहिए, these are the 5 things we need from Iran. Okay, besides, मतलब वो न्यूक्लियर का तो रेटोरिक लगता है मुझे, बिकॉज ईरान कब बोल रहा था मैं न्यूक्लियर बॉम्ब डालने वाला हूँ तुम्हारे ऊपर, कभी बोल रहा है वो कि बना देंगे तो डाल देंगे, फर्स्ट इस्लामिक न्यूक्लियर बॉम्ब, दीज आर ऑल प्रोपोगेंडा आइटम्स. Iran is a different country. It's a different kind of Muslims as well. Their Shiites are different than Sunnis, or or Ahmadis or whatever. So उनके थोड़े से fundamentals अलग होते हैं. The reason we have a close relationship with Iran is also because we, are culturally a little bit similar to each other. थोड़े बहुत tolerant हैं. ये सब, these are bad publicity events. But anyways, besides that, I think it's not clear. What I have heard grand theories about the reason Trump or US wanted to do this is because they wanted to break the BRICS apart. Now, BRICS में Iran is one of the energy, linchpin. अगर वो जैसे इंडिया के भी एनर्जी लिंचपिन में, या इंडिया के डिफरेंट जो हम बोलते हैं कि हम भी कॉरिडोर बनाएंगे अप टू सेंट पीटर्सबर्ग और चबार पोर्ट, दीज आर ऑल आर प्रोजेक्ट्स. वी हैव अबाउट $178 billion stuck in Iran and surrounding areas, which is Indian money, which is investments in that area. तो हमारा interest is having the same governance that there was earlier. We are not happy because of this. Let me put it bluntly. China is not happy. We are not happy. Europe is not happy because of the crisis. But वो बोल नहीं पा रहे. हम लोगों में से कोई कुछ बोल नहीं पा रहा. बहुत बड़ा गुंडा है अमेरिका. At least वैसे ही behave कर रहा है. ठीक है. So no worries. I think I'll hit you guys back. Thank you for anybody who's joined in new in the stream. And thanks a lot. Appreciate it. I'm getting emails and questions again. So that's a good sign. I think it's a healthy engagement, but I don't mind engaging more with you guys. So अगर आपको कोई भी question है, like I said earlier, I'm just a sounding board for you. जब आपका मन करे, you can always have a chat with me. Email me your question. I will talk back to you. अकेले decision लेने से अच्छा मेरे साथ ले लो. Save some money अगर बच सकता है तो. ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा हो ये सकता है कि मैं गलत बोल रहा हूँ. At least वो भी एक opinion है. Treat it like that. I have all 3 more questions, but they are mostly centered around oil and the issues that I have done earlier. So I will take these questions, but I'm not trying to prioritize them. देखते हैं how it works. So let me come back and join back, guys. अभी time हो रहा है 10:53. I'll be back in 7 minutes. तब तक चलेगा TikTok. Good. So, thank you all for staying back. We are at 10, sorry, 11 now. Yes, 11. See, this green was not as strong as the earlier green candle. There could be the reason could be that the bears might be like selling off their positions, or the bulls may have weakened, waiting for confirmation. People may be waiting for confirmation. तो वही reason हो सकता है. But yes, basically it looks short term to be bullish लग रहा है. बट देर इज, मुझे हमेशा लगता है कि देर इज जो अपने मन में डर रहता है देर इज अ रेड बिग रेड कैंडल कमिंग. दूर ही है, ज़्यादा दूर नहीं है. बट ये जो कर्व है जनरली यू शुड सी कि, एंड आई विल जस्ट गिव यू दिस इनसाइट. लेट मी गेट सम फ्री फॉर्म ड्राइंग हियर. किधर गया फ्री फॉर्म? I would love to have some free from drawings यहाँ पर. No? हाँ, I think we got it. Okay, so ये जो, okay, this is amazing. See, देखिए जो what you should see is कि ये जो curve होता है, you see this curve? The way I'm taking it out, maybe I'll do it again. देखो ये जो curve है, this, okay, this curve defines your buying interest mostly. ये if you see this, आप ये देखो यहाँ पर, you see how it is flattening. The flattening is very low, but then it starts again. Then it starts flattening again before it changes. ठीक है, तो ये important है समझना to just get like a medium term view on the curve. ज़रूरी नहीं कि ये हमेशा होल्ड करे, but this is how things work. So अगर अभी आप यहाँ देखोगे, you will see कि ये जो है, there is a curve flattening, as you see, and this flattening is where things become problematic. अब जैसे, so you can see that the trend is not holding. As it, you know, it's easy to understand that the trend is not holding. Let me go out of the drawing mode, and that's where things become a little hairy. ठीक है? So ज़रूरी नहीं है कि you start investing now just because there were 2 green candles. Cool? Nice. I have a question from Miss लिखा था कौन? माधुरी थी? No, Meera. Meera is again, Meera, your question, I've answered this already. You're saying that Nifty reclaimed 24,600 and the VIX has dropped 10%. So is this not a perfect setup? I wish, Meera, I could say that it was a perfect setup, because अगर मैं इसको हाँ बोल दूंगा तो आप जाके स्टॉक्स खरीद लोगी. ये जितने भी मेरे भाई लोग यहाँ सुन रहे हैं, they will start buying. So don't do that. I don't think that's a great idea. So मैंने जैसे पहले आपको कहा है कि let's have some qualifications for कि क्वालिफिकेशन टू से कि ये मार्केट ऊपर आ गया या नीचे आ गया. ओके, उसकी क्वालिफिकेशन बहुत सिंपल है कि वेदर द ऑयल इज एट $85 or is it sustaining? Do we have a solution for Strait of Hormuz? Okay, if we don't have a solution, तो फिर ये सारे जो लेवल्स हैं, ये टेक्निकल डिटेल्स हैं, these can change very fast. ओके, जैसे विदिन 5 मिनट, 15 आधे घंटे में you've seen कि जिसने यहाँ सी खरीदा होगा वो ऊपर चला गया. But these discussions do not hold water. ठीक है? So I will not give you an answer saying कि this is how things are going to be, because that would mean that I'm advising you. My advice to you is do not follow anything if it is not a fundamental move. At this point, fundamentally, nothing has changed. Okay? So buying will not make sense. But great question, Meera. I'm happy that you're using me as a sounding board. ज़रूरी नहीं कि मैं सही हूँ. I'm very convinced about my views, but that does not mean कि you have to follow me. Okay? At least you used a sounding board. अगली बार हो सकता है कि मैं इस बार गलत हूँ या आप गलत निकलो. Whatever happens. Just a moment, guys. I have to take a call. Sorry about that. Thank you for holding on. ठीक है. So as I was saying कि because the fundamental things have not changed, you don't really have to go in and start buying. So I'm gonna stay inactive until it's 11:15. That's another 7 minutes from now. Can I get a pen, please? Take it. Good. So here we are. We are at 11:13, just 2 minutes away. I'm sorry, my stop clock is sort of non-functional. पर देखते हैं अभी. It's good. मेरे ना हाथ की घड़ी और मेरे एक्चुअल घड़ी में 1-2 मिनट का फर्क है. सो एवरी टाइम आई लुक एट माई वॉच, वो कहता है 11:15 हो गया. जब भी मैं यहाँ आके देखता हूँ तो हो गया 11:13 हो रहा है. सो ये 2 मिनट का डिफरेंस है. सो डोंट माइंड मी, आई एम नॉट स्टार्टिंग अर्ली. आई विल वेट. I'll go finish my work for another 2 minutes and then we'll discuss this candle at the end of the 15th. So my bad about waking you up early. So मत जाना आप लोग 15-15 मिनट के लिए. Please be with me, ask me questions. 3-4 कम हो रहे हैं. Okay. So here we are almost at 11:15 and we've seen that there is a loss of momentum. So ये loss of momentum is simply because bulls are not getting aggressive and bears are thinking कि ये ज़्यादा level हो गया, we need to sell. तो whenever that situation happens, कोई ना कोई एक आदमी तो जीतता ही है. We'll see how this goes. अभी भी 10-15 सेकंड बचे हैं. And I'm gonna set my clock also. बहुत ही गलत बात है. हर बार मुझे फॉल्स अलार्म मिल जाता है. ओके. सो घड़ी तो मैं सक्सेसफुली सेटअप नहीं कर पाया. मेरे पास एक बाबा आदम के ज़माने की कैसियो की वॉच है जो 1 मिनट ज़्यादा बढ़ गई है. सो अनसक्सेसफुली आई वॉज एबल टू नॉट सेट इट. So that's great. But ठीक है, as we see, just looking at this, the candle has we've seen some weakness after that big red candle. And if you just want me to extend how this graph moves, we can talk about that. ये देखिए कैसे it is now going downwards. I'm just predicting it for the moment. ज़रूरी नहीं कि वो ऐसा ही होगा. It could actually go up, like it's a stop and go. ऐसा भी होता है बहुत बार. Like you see here, नीचे ऊपर. So that can happen. At this point, it is, let's analyze the previous candle. It was a red. The bears were able to, what would I say? The bears were able to take control and pull the market down back towards 24,600, which is its resistance level. And I have this one interesting question I wanted to talk about before we, move on, take a break. Come on, send me more questions, people. I have 3 more questions left, and I think we have 1 more hour. So which means basically we'll have 3 more opportunities to talk and discuss your questions. So अगर जो भी question अभी नहीं होगा, वो मैं क्या करूँगा? I will answer those questions in the next session from 2:30 to 3:30. ठीक है? So good work. Okay. So the question is that, what role will stabilizing oil prices play in India's sectoral sentiment and persistent global uncertainties? भाई कहीं चैट जीपीटी से निकाला क्या क्वेश्चन? गजब है. Okay, but anyway, the question is a question. So if the oil price is stabilized, okay, you have to understand कि हमको भी समझ आता है कि how much money is left in our pocket till inflation कितना hit कर सकता है. Inflation becomes predictable. अगर अभी ऐसा हो गया कि ऑयल प्राइसेस आर नॉट रियली आर गोइंग टू ड्राइव दिस इन्फ्लेशन इंटरेस्ट रेट दुनिया भर के हमारे जो तामझाम है वो ऑयल प्राइस पर डिपेंडेंट होते हैं. सो वी आर गोइंग टू गेट बॉदर्ड बिकॉज ऑफ दिस हाई ऑयल प्राइस. सो अगर ऑयल प्राइस कम होता है, becomes predictable, is less than what we want it to be, then we can focus on क्या बोलते हैं, we can focus on how the inflation will impact us, and then we should be able to plan better. So that's what it is. So predictions about the market come true. सबके बारे में ये पता लगता है कि इनका रॉ मटेरियल कॉस्ट कितना होगा, कितना पैसा बना सकते हैं, प्रॉफिट कितना होगा एट द एंड ऑफ इट. सो देर इज the predictability means that there is the market can invest with what do you say, the market can invest with a known exposure to the risk. Okay, so that's very important, having that clarity. A global uncertainty obviously has a big role to play. We are one of the world's fastest growing economy. Okay, at this point, our growth has been throttled. It is simply throttled because ये embargo लग गया है of the oil. But if it is taken away, I think we are still in a good spot. हमारे इकोनॉमी पे कोई ऐसा फर्क पड़ेगा नहीं ईरान चला गया तो, लेकिन हमारे इकोनॉमी पे ये फर्क जरूर पड़ेगा कि हम our expense on oil will drastically go higher अगर ये oil का price up रहता है तो. Now that is a big problem for us as an economy, as you, as me, everybody. We should all be bothered about that. So those are the 2-3 cues about oil. Okay, we see that this one is bouncing back up. It's taking some, there is some fight left in it, ऐसा कह सकते हैं. But let's observe. So ठीक है, I'm gonna go quiet now again, and I'll speak to you in another 10 minutes. Hopefully, this time I will not speak before my turn, and I'm able to set my clock properly. So ठीक है, we are at the 10th minute clock. इससे पहले कि मैं अपना मौन व्रत करूं, मैं बस ये बताना चाहता हूं कि थिंक ऑफ मी एज योर साउंडिंग बोर्ड. आई कीप सेइंग दिस थ्रू आउट द सेशन. बहुत ज़रूरी है. आई लव दीज क्वेश्चंस, एंड दीज आर अ ग्रेट इंसाइट इनटू एवरीबॉडीज माइंड, है ना. ये सिर्फ आप ही का क्वेश्चन नहीं है. सो मीरा, द क्वेश्चन दैट यू आस्क्ड इज नॉट जस्ट योर क्वेश्चन, इट इज़ अ क्वेश्चन फॉर मैनी ऑफ पीपल हु आर लिसनिंग टू मी राइट नाउ. ठीक है, तो ये बहुत important है that you are that we are discussing this. So thank you again for giving me this opportunity to explain that question, and I hope that everybody else is able to get something out of it. बहुत ज़रूरी है. धन्यवाद. आई होप आप लोग भी फल फूल खा रहे हो साथ में. खाना पानी पीना इज द की. बढ़िया. Good. This time it seems I'm on time. I have not triggered myself before. And as you see, जैसे मैंने आपको बताया था in my previous messaging कि look at how this works. नहीं, मैं पॉपॉय नहीं बना रहा हूँ. ठीक है, इग्नोर द नोज, मेरे ड्राइंग स्किल्स इतने अच्छे नहीं है, बट डिड यू सी द पैटर्न, ये नीचे की तरफ, दिस इज ट्रेंडेड डाउनवर्ड, या, एंड दैट्स द की हियर. ओके, सो देयर इज certain amount of weakness in the market at that level, which is around 668, 666 as of now. Good. So we got that back. Okay. And it's coming back to 24,600. What I want to say, जो इसका नेक्स्ट रेजिस्टेंस एंड सपोर्ट दोनों एक ही चीज बन गया है जो अभी एज ऑफ नाउ. So that's great. And that's a good move because fundamentally things have not changed. So there is not going to be any more change here. Okay. I have received just one question in this session. So either you have all answered your questions or you don't like my answers. जो भी है यार लिखो, don't worry. ये अच्छा नहीं है. तो ठीक है, करण बोल रहे हैं कि if the Sensex hovers around 79 despite a fast outflow. Okay, so the Karan is questioning this recovery. वो कह रहा है कि ये Sensex अगर इतना ही hover करेगा क्या ये hover, like given the fact that there is so much weakness in the market, will this Sensex hover at these levels? ठीक है, तो और and will it actually, is it the sign of going down? तो Karan इसको ही classic trap बोलते हैं. So the reason Sensex has gone up is a phenomenon called sell or buy the news. So the person looks at the news और वो बोलता है कि बस यही मेरा ultimate है and this is what I want to do, right? So they're buying the news. Now generally market जो होता है वो हमेशा एक न्यूज़ को पहले से ही एडजस्ट कर लेता है. तो बहुत बार आप देखोगे कि रिजल्ट आते ही यू सी देयर इज सम देयर इज सम मूवमेंट हैपनिंग. सो एवरीबॉडी, सॉरी, लेट मी गिव यू अ बेटर एग्जांपल जिसके साथ हम लोग आजकल रिलेट कर सकते हैं. अगर आप देखोगे हाइप बिल्डिंग या फिर यूट्यूब पे जो कंटेंट क्रिएटर्स होते हैं, ओके, वो कंटेंट पहले ही क्रिएट करते हैं इन एंटिसिपेशन ऑफ द हाइप, कि वॉर होने वाला होने वाला होने वाला, या वॉर नहीं होने वाला नहीं होने वाला, किसी एक चीज के ऊपर पकड़ के दे विल क्रिएट द कंटेंट. एंड उनका सिर्फ एजेंडा ये होता है कि दे वांट टू बीट एनीवन हु इज क्रिएटिंग द कंटेंट, और and they get the maximum views. So the same thing happens with all of us traders also. Ingrained है सबके अंदर कि I would like to be the first mover. Okay, so जैसे ही हमें थोड़ी भी पॉजिटिविटी दिखती है, we become, जैसे ही हमें थोड़ा भी, जैसे दिखा, we saw कि पहले ही दिन वो मार्केट डिप हुआ, उसी दिन SIPs बढ़ गए. सब लोगों ने बोला बाय द डिप है, बाय द डिप है, आई विल बीट एवरीबडी एल्स, आई विल बाय द डिप, द फर्स्ट वन टू बाय द डिप विल बी मी. एंड देन यू सी दैट दैट्स व्हाट हैज हैपेंड, एंड देन अगेन कुछ लोग रुक गए, उन्होंने सेकंड, तो आज भी थर्ड लोग भी रुकेंगे. सो यू विल हैव, सो ये सेंटिमेंट जो होता है ये धीरे धीरे ही चेंज होता है फ्रॉम वन एस्पेक्ट टू द अदर. एंड चेंज होने का मतलब भी ये होता है कि यू आर गेटिंग करेक्टेड बिकॉज द मार्केट डज नॉट केयर अबाउट योर सेंटिमेंट और माई, इट जस्ट केयर्स कि फंडामेंटली मेरा सप्लाई डिमांड में कितना डिफरेंस है. अगर सप्लाई ज़्यादा है तो प्राइस गिर जाएगा, डिमांड ज़्यादा है तो प्राइस बढ़ जाएगा. तो यही सिंपल डायनामिक्स है, ज़्यादा सोचने की ज़रूरत नहीं है इसमें. कमिंग बैक टू योर क्वेश्चन कि विल इट होल्ड, इट विल होल्ड. अगर लोगों को ये ज़्यादा, बहुत सारे लोगों को ये लगने लग गया कि दिस इज अ पॉजिटिव, देन द मार्केट विल होल्ड एंड इट माइट जस्ट गो अप अंटिल इट चेंजेस. ठीक है, सो मार्केट इज जस्ट अ रिफ्लेक्शन ऑफ कलेक्टिव सेंटिमेंट ऑफ एवरीबडी हु इज ट्रेडिंग इन इट. इसको एक गांठ मार के रख लें अपने पास. बहुत लोग होते हैं जो कॉन्ट्रा बेट लगाते हैं. कॉन्ट्रा बेट लगाना बहुत बड़ी अच्छी बात होती है, बट इट इज़ ऑल्सो अ फंडामेंटली ड्रिवन कॉन्ट्रा बेट. इट इज़ नॉट जस्ट कि भाई मैंने कॉन्ट्रा बेट लगा ली. सो डोंट डू दैट. और हर्ड मेंटालिटी के साथ रहना इज द बेस्ट वे ऑफ नॉट लूजिंग योर मनी इन दिस मार्केट. सो इफ यू आर थिंकिंग कि मैं ये सोच समझने के बाद आई विल यू विल असाइन की रिकवरी होगी और उसके बुलिश में पैसा लगाओगे, तो मैं आपको गारंटी दे सकता हूँ एटलीस्ट 50% कि आप यू विल लूज योर मनी, एंड दैट्स अ बिग नंबर. 50% guarantee is equal to playing blind. Okay, so 50% is a really bad percent. Good. I hope you are Meera. Sorry, Karan, was good. I hope you like this answer. Give me a thumbs up if you like it. Yeah. So that'll be nice. So yeah, good. Okay, I will be back. I'm gonna be here until 12:15, and we have two more candles. To be honest, yeah, two more candles. So please draw in your questions, and we'll take it up from there. Oh, nice. Good, Karan. Good job. I appreciate you liking the question. Very nice. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for your thumbs up. बातें करते करते पता ही नहीं चला कि निफ्टी कब वापस 24,600 पर आ गया. So yeah, weakness तो है. Anybody who's monitoring, ध्यान रखें. पानी पीते रहें. I'll see you in 10 minutes. Great, great, great. So yes, you can see that it has broken through 24,600. Yeah. So we wait for the end of this candle to really see does it sustain or does it bounce back. So I think there is half a minute left. Closing. There you go. So here we are. Nothing. So you think iske baad wala candle is going to be like a great big red candle, almost going to 24,400? हो सकता है. It can catch the momentum. That's for sure. But it will not close at 24,400. मतलब, but if it does close anywhere close to 24,400, then it might just go down all the way to 24 today. But लगता नहीं है कि ऐसा होगा आज. Obviously, there is not so much bad news as of now. So that's great. It's good. It's below 24,600. So our discussions since morning, that 24,600 being a support and a resistance for today's day, is almost seem like correct, right? Anybody who was thinking that it's a positive market and wanted to invest, I hope you did not. We did have a conversation ki mat karo. So that's that. And anybody who's thinking now कि अब इसको bearish market treat करके मैं सीधा bearish P's ले लूँगा, उनके लिए भी my advice is to not do this gambling strategy. It's not the best use of your money at this point of time. The reason I will say that is because अगर suppose सब negative ही होता तो ये market को ऊपर जाने का कोई reason ही नहीं था, ठीक है? So, and I think ये by the end of the day today should stay between these two, 24,400 and 24,600. तो if you buy any P now, उसका जो premium है वो बहुत जल्दी DK हो जाएगा. DK या या C या P, whatever, it will go sideways for the sideways market and you will lose a lot of money. But अगर कर रही है तो spread tight रखें, stop loss close रखें, and naked positions ना लें. That would be my advice. If there is any question, I have one question, but I don't think I have any more questions as of now. 12-15 होने वाला है. So this will be our. इसके बाद एक और chance. We'll have one more chance for the questions. As of now, I have one question, and I'll take that, and then we'll close the session now at 12:15, and we'll start again. फिर से शुरू करेंगे 2:30 पे, 1 घंटे के लिए. तो शुरुआत का मोमेंटम एंड एंड का मोमेंटम टैकल करते हुए. So if इफ यू थिंक ये मार्केट एक साइड या ऊपर जाएगा नीचे जाएगा, प्लीज राइट इन योर कमेंट्स whatever that your view is. It'll be good to know. It'll be good. Nice. So that's good. Let's cover the last question, and then I'll go on mute again until we are at 12. Again, the next question by Mr. Reddy is the same. He's talking, Mr. Reddy, you are asking me ki if the oil stabilizes and Wall Street rebounds, तो क्या होगा? एग्जैक्टली वही होगा जो आज हम देख रहे हैं. कल रात को ऑयल स्टेबल हो गया था. इट वाज नॉट इट स्टेबल दैट इट केम इट मतलब इट प्राइस थोड़ा गिर गया था. सो इट वाज देयर वाज सम स्टेबिलिटी देयर बिकॉज रशिया इज नाउ प्रॉमिसिंग क्या बोलते हैं ऑल्टरनेट सप्लाईज टू एवरीबडी. तो यस, दैट्स हैपनिंग ऑलरेडी. और यूएस का टेक मार्केट बूम कल हुआ ही था. सो वी आर लुकिंग एट दैट एग्जैक्ट सिनारियो जो आपने बताया. सो एग्जैक्ट सिनारियो को एक्सप्लेन करते हुए आज का आप आधा दिन देख सकते हैं क्या हुआ था. इट हैज स्टार्टेड बुलिश बट इट इज़ नॉट होल्डिंग बुलिश. द रीज़न इज सिंपल. फंडामेंटली कुछ भी चेंज नहीं हुआ है. जो भी सिचुएशन को आप रीड कर रहे हो इज ओनली बेस्ड ऑन हाउ यू थिंक ऑफ इट. जस्ट अ मोमेंट प्लीज. सॉरी, पप्पा का कॉल था फ्रॉम हेड ऑफिस, सो लेना पड़ता है. निफ्टी तो क्या दिखा रहा है रंग रूप अपने. वी कैन सी इट हैपनिंग. इट्स गोइंग in real time, not holding. So it is below its days low at this point of time. Days low nahi, days lowest close at this point of. With देखो close, low, high and open are these levels, but you should also understand कि कौन से level की कितनी importance है. I think open and close are more important than high and low because हाई एंड लो आर अ फ्लैश इन द पैन. मतलब एक मोमेंट के लिए होते हैं. बट ओपन एंड लो सिग्निफाई द कलेक्टिव सेंटिमेंट एट दैट लेवल. सो दैट्स वाई ओपन एंड लो आर इन माई ओपिनियन more important. You can look it up. If you differ with me, please type your questions. We had a question from Karan. ठीक है, I think I answered it and I told you कि कैसे डील करेगा. Nice. So again, for the benefit, 12:15 is when we log off. Leave your questions with me on my email. I will take them back at 2:30 when we connect again for an hour. So that would be that. At 8 tonight, we'll have our second episode of market analysis on a daily basis. So you can join in live or you can watch the recording later. But basic idea यही है कि you are watching the show, getting some hang of what is happening, और अगले दिन के लिए रेडी है बंदा, आंखें बंद करके नया काम नहीं कर रहा. So ये बहुत ज़रूरी है. कभी कभी वो भी इम्पोर्टेंट होता है. ठीक है, आई एम गोना शट ऑफ माई माउथ एंड 7 मिनट में बात करते हैं. Anybody who's joining, welcome. Type your questions. Go back and listen to me. Good. So there we are again at the strike of 12. Last candle closed below 24,600. It was not below day's low. So that's a good sign. Um, it's not yet turned bearish as of now. So there is still some fight left. 12:30 के बाद कल की तरह जैसे इफ यू रिमेंबर कल परसों 3 दिनों से DIs have started buying as soon as it hits 12:30. So हो सकता है कि DI start doing that today as well. आप अगर क्लियरली देखोगे तो you'll see that they start buying from here. ये इनका DI का बाइंग है, ये यहाँ पे भी DI का बाइंग है. This is the buying behavior. So we can expect something here as well. 2030. So ये यहाँ से Don't mind my arrow. बहुत ही बढ़िया है, आई एम श्योर. दिखा रहा ही आप डायरेक्शन. ऐसा हो सकता है यहाँ से यहाँ, बिकॉज पिछले 2 दिनों से हो रहा है. DIs के पास पैसा है जो दे वांट बाय एट द लोएस्ट NAV, नेट एसेट वैल्यू. तो या तो वो नीचे से शुरू करेंगे, दे विल ट्राई एंड गो डाउन. बट टुमारो, यस्टरडे इफ यू सी, अगर उन्होंने एसेट वैल्यू यहाँ रिकॉर्ड करी होगी, then their max buying has happened in this zone only. है ना? Max buying has happened in this zone. So from here, they might not be in a loss, but I think they'll try and come as close as possible. देखते हैं. So let's chat back again in 10 minutes. 10 minutes नहीं. Oh, 2 ही minute हुए हैं अभी. So but we can come back. I have a question. I can talk about that. मुझे आया था थोड़ी देर पहले. Simran is asking how soon will these equities retreat back to yesterday's level? Soon का मतलब टाइम फ्रेम में चाहिए ये सिमरन आपको ये तो मेरे पास तो नहीं है इसका जवाब. मैं सून नहीं बता सकता आपको, लेकिन कल का जो सपोर्ट था वो आज कल का जो रेजिस्टेंस था वो आज सपोर्ट बन गया है. ओके, सो अगर आप टेक्निकल एनालिसिस करना चाहते हो तो अगर ये गिरेगा तो आज वहाँ तक ही जाकर रुकने का बेस्ट probability है. Okay, in fact, if the market is weak, then it will again seek support at 24,400. It will retest it, और उसको retest करने के बाद ही it will try to go down further. तो अभी तो ये phase है कि ये does not want to retest it. Okay, the market wants to मतलब जैसे आप देख रहे हो कि 26,600 को इसने retest किया है. I'll show it to you again on the chart. So sorry. ये देखिए, ये उस दिन 24,600 पर आकर it did come and then it went back, right? But because of the prevailing bearish conditions, it went to the next support and it went up to 24,600. So this was a testing again and it came back, touch karke. Today there is some positivity, so it's again a testing at 24,600 before it either says that I passed the test or failed the test. Okay, but in any situation, as of now, it seems that the failing is more likely. कि ज़्यादातर fail होने का chance है because oil का situation change नहीं हुआ है. It can come back to 24,400 and test it again. But the next resistance is 25,000 here. तो ये जो है इसको टारगेट करके मार्केट उसकी तरफ जाने की कोशिश करेगा. one by one, small, one candle at a time. Okay, so now I'm gonna stay quiet again and I'll join you back in 10 more minutes. I think I've taken a question already. Take it. And remember, this will be the last time for today, first session. Then for the next session, we'll start at 2:30. 2:30 to 3:30, the last volatility push. Okay, so hopefully we'll, if you have any other questions, please type them here or send me on my email. मैंने type करके रखा है email. Simran, if you like my answer, please give it a thumbs up. Or you may not, that doesn't matter, but as long as you learned something. There are so many of these conflicting news, continually being fed to us. I was just reading the news and then I realized that the bombings are still on. Iran is still sending, ballistic missiles. So ये सारी news about Iran not being able to defend itself and not being able to launch any offensive, मुझे लगता है a lot of it is wrong. It's not true. So that's important for us to understand. And what that means basically is that there is no solution as of now to the Strait of Hormuz. So this continual bearish tone of the market, ये रहेगा, थोड़ा bearish रहेगा जब तक oil supply ठीक नहीं हो जाता. So ये थोड़ा सा we all have to understand. Cool. And we are at the end of 12:15 first session. तो धन्यवाद आप सब लोगों का. ये अभी जो ये ग्रीन्स देख रहे हैं आप, ये जैसे मैंने थोड़ी देर पहले भी बोला था कि दिस माइट बी द स्टार्ट ऑफ DII बाइंग. ठीक है, सो DIIs विल बाय फॉर सम टाइम एंड बिकॉज हम लोग भेज रहे हैं उन लोगों को अपना SIP बढ़ा के कि भाई बाय एट डिप्स, तो यू विल सी सम ऑफ इट transferring it into the candle. So thanks a lot for all of you, to join in, and I appreciate the patience and the questions. Join me back at 2:30. If you have any questions, do post them already. या तो आप वहाँ लिख दो, कमेंट्स में लिख दो, या फिर मुझे email कर दो. My email ID is here. You can watch it later also, and do watch my end of the day market analysis stream as well. Thanks a lot. Bye.